Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Friday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I am Glenn Rashipura. In the news tonight, Mushinde Kashiwa, Paramount Chief of the Ovaherero Traditional Authority, has welcomed a report by United Nations rapporteurs who pointed out the direct involvement of the Nama and Ovaherero as a violation of international law.
Through their legal representative, reached out to the international community and put our case to the United Nations Special Rapporteurs to question the lawfulness of the conduct of the Namibian and German governments in the interstate negotiations between the two governments on the matter of 1904 to 1908 genocide and the subsequent joint declaration that was announced in May 2021 by the two governments. What we are presenting to you below is the outcome of that effort. In short, I would want as a take-home message to you that the special rapporteurs in all aspects are agreeing to our position that we have stood for over the past 30 years. So on Monday this week, 24th April, several United Nations Special Rapporteurs published their joint communication to the German and Namibian governments on the violations of international law during the interstate negotiations on reparation for colonial crimes and by the joint declaration. They confirmed that participation rights of Herero and Nama pupils have been violated during the interstate negotiations. That has led to that joint declaration and urged the German government to grant reparations. So that is a clear recognition of genocide committed, and there is an urge that they must pay reparations to the Hereros and others. So the special rapporteur's letter to the governments and the subsequent communications. So I read. So on the 3rd of February this year, the special rapporteur, I'll list to you the various 7 rapporteurs that combined this communication to the two governments. And this communication was sent on the 3rd of February this year. So the special rapporteur on the promotion of truth, justice, reparation and guarantees or non-occurrence.
Gaze Joubert from the Godwana Collections takes us through his conversation at the Namibia Tourism Expo's networking sessions currently happening at the Vento Country Club and Casino.
The most important stakeholder in this conversation. You are the ones who go through the training and you are the ones who want the internships. We have to be brutally honest. The reality in our country is that the opportunities for internships are less than the students. That is an unfortunate reality, and I wish we could change that overnight, but we can't. So what obligation does that put on you? If you simply send in your CV and you do nothing else, you're not helping yourself. You must differentiate yourself from the others. You must make sure that you stand out. Let me give you a few examples of some of my colleagues at Gondwana who started as interns. Ndinalao Shikimeni. Ndinalao, she started on social media. She did a training, and on social media, she started her own blog. And she started writing blogs, beautiful blogs. And when she applied for internship at Gondwana, she showed us the blog that she's been doing. It comes at no cost, but the effect and the quality was so a wow that Mani immediately said, we must give her an opportunity. That is probably 6-7 years ago. Today, Nella, like we call her, is a brand manager at Gondwana, and she's a star.
Deputy City Police Chief Levi Ikela has been appointed as the acting City Police Chief, tasked to fill Abraham Kanime's shoes temporarily until a permanent appointment is made. The announcement was made this morning by City of Windhoek Acting CEO Fanuel Manda at Kanime's retirement parade.
I'm confident, and I'll repeat, I'm confident that I have done all that I could do. I have steered this metaphoric ship called the City Police through calm water and rough seas. I have propelled and paved a pathway to ensure that going forward, I have laid a firm foundation.
In our community talk segment, the Ministry of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation held a commemoration of the World Day for Safety and Health. We get into this story right after the break. The Ministry of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation held a commemoration of the World Day for Safety and Health at Work. Organizer Petrina Ngihidengwa said the focus of the event is to raise awareness about the importance of safety and health in the workplace as a fundamental right that should be upheld by all stakeholders, including the government, employers and workers. This video is by Frida Muloto.
My name is Petrina Ngihidengwa. I'm a Deputy Director for Occupational Health and Safety, Ministry of Labour.
Okay. How was it preparing for this march?
Well, the preparation went very well. All the stakeholders, or to say social partners in terms of employers and workers who are the owner of this event, they were invited, confirmed their availability for those who could have confirmed. But in terms of mobilizing the workforce, the inspectorate within the region have mobilized the workers. So I would say it went well.
Okay, what is the purpose of this march, ma'am?
We are commemorating the World Day for Safety and Health. The World Day for Safety and Health, it's commemorated globally on the 28th of April. And it's commemorated for the purpose of promoting occupational health and safety and also creating awareness on the importance of prevention of occupational accidents and diseases. So this year we are commemorating this day under the theme of a safe and healthy working environment, a fundamental right. Why are we commemorating that? Last year, in June 2022, the International Labour Conference have adopted the inclusion of safety and a healthy environment in Oneuptwo ILO framework of fundamental rights and work at workplace. So it's very crucial for us as Namibian to commemorate such a historical move whereby safety and health has been elevated to the level of fundamental principles and rights at workplace globally.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. What is the message that you have for the rest of the people, the workers maybe?
My message to the workers is that please let's commemorate the day. It's our day. It's very important that you understand the message. It's very important that we all have the same understanding that safety and health has been elevated to that level of fundamental principles and rights at workplace.
Finnish President Sauli Niinisto said his country is keen to work with Namibia in the green hydrogen and mining sector. We get into this story when we get into our story of the day right after the break. Finnish President Sauli Niinisto said his country is keen to work with Namibia in the green hydrogen and mining sector. He made these remarks during the opening of the business forum held by the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board and Finnish Embassy in Windhoek.
It seems that we both have very ambitious goals concerning the second challenge we are facing, that is the climate change. Finland has stated that it will be carbon neutral to 2035, and you are a forerunner here in Africa. We both know that we can't build economic growth on an unsustainable basis, and we both recognize that green transition is also a tremendous opportunity for foreigners like you and us. Namibia's vast potential in solar and wind power and the ambitious green hydrogen production targets make Namibia an interesting partner for everybody, and especially countries looking to change their energy consumption. Finnish companies, some of them present here, can offer technologies needed to unlock Namibia's green hydrogen potential. And we have also a lot of opportunities to deepen our cooperation in sustainable mining. In this sector, we have long tradition of geological research cooperation to build on. And the potential doesn't stop here. Yesterday I heard from a long line of Namibian cabinet ministers of all the different projects and plans that we have going on in sectors such as connectivity, education and transport. I would like to point out how important education actually is.
Up next, we take a look at the stability of the financial system, but first, a quick ad break. Let's take a look at our economic news. The Namibian financial system, which is made up of the banking and non-banking sectors, as well as the payment system and infrastructure, continued to be sound and resilient throughout 2022. The banking sector's financial soundness indicators remained at comfortable levels during 2022, with a growth in assets outpacing the prevailing inflation rate. However, this is not sustainable given current economic conditions. The sector reported higher profits, improved asset quality, a healthy liquidity position, and capital adequacy well above prudential requirements. The non-banking financial institutions sector remained financially stable and sound despite a contraction in assets growth on the back of the adverse financial market performance at the beginning of 2022. Let's take a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 18.28 to the US dollar and 20.17 to the euro. It trades at 22.97 to the pound and 2 Namibian dollars and 64 cents vice yuan Chinese yuan. Zinc is down by 0.20%, while Brent crude oil is up by 0.90%, trading at $79.06 per barrel. "13 dead as Russian missiles hit cities." We get into this story in our international slot after the break. Russia has launched a wave of airstrikes against cities across Ukraine, including Kyiv, leaving at least 13 people dead. 11 people, including a child, were killed in an attack that hit a block of flats in the central city of Uman, officials said, and a woman and her 3-year-old daughter were killed in the city of Dnipro, according to the local mayor. Explosions were also reported in the city of Kremenchuk in central Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the apartment block was among 10 residential buildings that were damaged in Uman. The State Rescue Service said the child killed in the city was born in 2013 and another 11 people needed hospital treatment. Zelensky said the attacks showed further international action is needed to be taken against Russia. Evil can be stopped by weapons. Our defenders are doing it, and it can be stopped by sanctions. Global sanctions must be enhanced, he said in a tweet. Now, the head of the Kyiv City Military Administration said it was the first Russian missile attack on the capital in 51 days. There are no immediate reports of civilian casualties in the capital. 21 out of 23 missiles and 2 attack drones were shot down by Ukraine's air defense system, officials said in a post on the messaging service Telegram. A video posted on Telegram by Ukraine's State Border Service showed a badly damaged apartment building in Uman after the strikes. A resident of one damaged block of flats, Olga, told the Reuters news agency that windows were blown out of her apartment. Then came the explosion. One man cried as he watched the emergency service carry a body away on a stretcher. Another resident said he heard an explosion at 4:30 a.m. local time, and there were 2 very strong explosions. Everything started to burn. Cars started to burn. The attacks come as the Ukrainian forces say they are ready to launch a military offensive with new equipment, including tanks supplied by Western allies. Do stay with us. After the break, we take a look at the weather predictions. Let's take a look at the weather predictions for tomorrow. Partly sunny weather is expected in Anana at 36 degrees and partly sunny weather in Ruacana at 35 degrees. Partly sunny weather is expected along the coast with a high of 23 degrees in Walvis Bay and 20 degrees in Henties Bay. On Sunday, rainy weather is expected in Anana at 36 degrees and sunny weather in Ruacana at 34 degrees. Partly sunny weather is expected along the coast with a high of 24 degrees in Walvis Bay and 21 degrees in Henties Bay. In the sports section tonight, Namibia Media Holdings, in close collaboration with its official partners DStv and Windhoek Drought, has launched an exciting competition for one lucky rugby fan to win an all-expense paid trip. Do stay tuned.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
Let's take a look at our sports news. Namibia Media Holdings, in close collaboration with its official partners DStv and Windhoek Drought, has launched an exciting competition for one lucky rugby fan to win an all-expense paid trip with one partner to attend the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France, attending to watch the Namibian team play in their opening match against Italy on the 9th of September in Saint-Étienne in the south of France will be included in the package. The Capricorn Women Eagles won their international T20 clash in the quadrangular Capricorn tournament by 4 wickets against the United Arab Emirates at United yesterday. The Namibian Private Schools Organization Sports Week will see 16 private schools and an expected 3,500 participants competing in 3 sports codes, namely rugby, netball, and hockey. So Walvis Bay is the place to be this weekend. Do stay tuned for the highlights coming up right after the break.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
You're still watching Sunset News. Let's take a look at the highlights from today's broadcast. Mushinde Kashiwa, Paramount Chief of the Ovaherero Traditional Authority, has welcomed a report by United Nations rapporteurs who pointed out the direct involvement of the Nama and Ovaherero as a violation of international law. Deputy City Police Chief Levi Ikela has been appointed as the acting City Police Chief, tasked to fill Abraham Kanime's shoes temporarily until a permanent appointment is made. The announcement was made this morning by City of Windhoek acting CEO Fanuel Manda at Kanime's retirement parade. The Capricorn Women Eagles won their international T20 clash in the quadrangular Capricorn tournament by 4 wickets against the United Arab Emirates at United yesterday. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the animate platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DStv channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Glenn Rashipura, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.